This is where Myrtle Beach is. You can see it on your screen. You can see the shaking. You can see the rain. You can see the visibility is down because of the blowing rain. And here's that rotation now getting closer to Hall Summit. If you are in the path of this thunderstorm, Hall Summit, you need to prepare immediately and take your tornado precautions immediately. Get inside, away from windows, away from doors. Put as many walls between you and outside as possible. You'll notice this is low tide, this is high tide. Notice how the gauge kind of followed those tides pretty well. And then now that the storm surge is coming in, shooting up. They're over major flooding category already. It's going to kick out of here on Saturday afternoon, and by Sunday, it's actually going to turn out to be pretty nice. However, some cooler air comes in, and it's going to be a little chilly for the next couple of days. All of those things are still life-threatening. So it's very important when we're comparing the Category 4 hurricane that hit Florida to the Category 1 hurricane that is currently hitting South Carolina, that you know the same thing. It's still a dangerous situation. It'll have you doing flips. Bam! All right, there we go. Emily's a great teacher. And I'm gonna snip these blueberry pancakes.
Oh my gosh.
Live and local in Salem. This is where a mobile home once stood. A whole mobile home. And all you can see now is cinder blocks and bare ground. You can see the big tree right behind me. What's left of it, that was the tree that came across the power lines and even across the road. And then crews are actually moving their way up the street here, and they're actually starting to work on some of these big power lines right now. I'm all about it. I can't wait. It is officially pumpkin spice latte season. Let's go. Let's go. I want to show you this. The last update that we have from this station, winds sustained at 94 miles per hour and gusting to 126 miles per hour. It just kind of pushed everything over the limits there. So heavy rain falling very quickly yesterday, flash flooding, now kind of focusing their attention on some river flooding as well. John Lennon has a lot of family members that are still alive today. And I guess I'm wondering how the Lennons feel about the possibility of his killer getting out of jail. All of the winds around a hurricane are flowing counterclockwise like that. And we have the extreme opposite going on the south side, water coming out of the bay this side, water going into all of the bays. This topic is great, also sad at the same time, because I gotta tell you, I'm a huge fan of some Halloween candy, but as mentioned, maybe a little bit of an issue this year. Let's take a look at this one. This is a big wind gust right here, 69 knots. You're talking about upwards to 80 miles per hour at this point. So we're really getting some big wind gusts coming ashore. This is the outer eye wall of Ian right through here, because you said that they're urging people to prepare for something like 2020. What does that entail exactly? What should people kind of be thinking about? I can't even look at the popsicle there on the box without being like, nope. We're just in a pattern right now where the heat has been really, really oppressive and excessive across some areas that don't normally see that level of heat necessarily. The water crisis there in Jackson continues. This is following the fact that their main water treatment plant for the entire city failed. Our first story, of course, is the update from KHNL, where a grand jury has indicted the couple that the United States accuses of being Russian spies. Chief Meteorologist Bill Walsh joining us live right now from WCSC out of Charleston, South Carolina. Busy man here over the next several hours here. I saw a picture on Twitter that you tweeted. You've got your supplies ready to go, so I know you're here for the long duration there. It's not Category 4 strength wind. It doesn't take Category 4 strength wind of 155 miles per hour to topple trees, to topple power poles, to cause power outages, to cause injuries from flying debris. All of those things. So again, we're seeing 85 mile per hour winds. We're seeing gusts up to 92 so far, but all of those things are still life-threatening. So it's very important when we're comparing the Category 4 hurricane that hit Florida to the Category 1 hurricane that is currently hitting South Carolina, that you know the same thing. It's still a dangerous situation. It's kind of a line that we hear a lot in movies, right? It's time. It's time. Like, get to the hospital to have a baby time, right? Well, a local couple up in Bismarck, North Dakota, it was time. They got to the hospital, but their latest addition to the family decided it was time before they could actually get inside.